Right, hello there. So I'm spending some time editing the next Siege montage. Here it is. It's this whole chunk of random stuff over here. And this top line is the subtitles. And as you can see, I have subtitled maybe just under 50% of the audio, of the video. So the video will come out eventually. But what I want to show today is I thought it would be interesting to explain how I edit clips. Because I do put quite a decent amount of thought into what I do. And I thought it would be interesting just to share that. So what we have here are two clips. On the right here is just the complete unedited clip. And on the left is a work in progress that I've done. I haven't subtitled all of it yet. But as far as all the audio is concerned, it's all finished. So for context, this is a clip of Steph telling us she loses 82 points every single ranked loss. But I'll play both clips and then go into a bit more detail on the changes I've made and why I've made those changes. So here we go.
I mean, I guess... No, I don't know.
Nah,
Because,
that can't be right,
This
dude.
is her first
I
ranked
think
season,
she's got.
so-
I think she's dyslexic with numbers. There's no way.
But
You hear
don't
that,
you
Steph?
see
It's your
the
fault.
Trying to talk shit about me?
I'll say to your
What's
face,
worse,
you're
border or
dyslexic with
theme
numbers.
park?
I was right here. I fucking
theme
heard
park.
you the first
Theme
time, you
park.
dummy.
Well, you didn't say anything, so I want the
guys,
reaction.
let's...
Well, I just didn't think that it was
Ooh.
really like a worthy opinion to react to.
Oh, guys!
Alright, let's get Steph out of here. Let's pick up a competent fifth. No, I'm kidding.
I'm in Jeff's home, so you know.
No,
He's the
it's-
incompetent fifth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to say that to Jeff?
God, no. He will kick my ass.
No, he won't.
Alright, and so this is my work in progress edit that I've got going on here.
Losing 82. I mean, I guess... No, I don't know.
Nah,
Because,
that can't be right,
This
dude.
is her first
I
ranked
think
season,
she's got.
so-
I think she's dyslexic with numbers. There's no way.
the
Trying to
animation-
talk shit about me?
I'll say to your
What's
face,
worse,
you're
border or
dyslexic with
theme
numbers.
park?
Bro, I heard you the first
Theme
time, you
park.
dummy.
Well, you didn't say anything, so I want the
Guys,
reaction.
guys!
Well, I just didn't think that it was
Ooh.
really like a worthy opinion to react to.
Oh, guys!
Alright, let's get Steph out of here. Let's pick up a competent fifth. No, I'm kidding.
I'm in Jeff's home, so you know.
No,
He's the
it's-
incompetent fifth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to say that to Jeff?
God, no. He will kick my ass.
So in this conversation, there are two main jokes. There's the interaction between Steph and Brock, and then there's the interaction that includes me right at the end. But we'll get into that in a second. The first thing I do when I make edits is, especially when I just have a chunk of video here, is especially for me when I speak, there's about a half-second delay. I think it's because I'm from New Zealand and I'm on an Australian PlayStation server. So every time I talk, it takes just a second for everyone else to hear it. So here's a good example.
He's the incompetent fifth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it takes just a half a beat for people to register the jokes I say and the sentences I speak, and that's just it's just something I've had to work around forever. So the first thing I do is get rid of all this dead air, all of the silence in between the conversations. And sometimes it's not even my microphone. Like sometimes the conversation just stops and starts.
I think she's dyslexic with numbers. There's no way.
But
You hear
Don't
that,
you
Steph?
see
It's your
the
fault.
Trying to talk shit about me?
So the first thing I do, just to encourage a nice flow for the video, is I just get rid of all that dead air and just make things a bit more quicker. It just flows nicer. But there's two main points. There's two main focus areas on this clip. It's the conversation between Brock and Steph, the back and forth, and then the joke at my expense right at the very end. So we'll focus on the back and forth between Brock and Steph. Now, it's important to know that 100% of the time they're just joking. It may sound a bit brutal, the insults being hurled back and forth, but Brock and Steph are just joking with each other, and that's important to note as we go from here.
I'll say to your
What's
face,
worse,
you're
border or
dyslexic with
theme
numbers.
park?
Now, on paper, that's actually quite a mean thing to say. But the reason why, like, even if I didn't know that Brock and Steph were joking, it's the way Brock talks that you can kind of pick up on his intent that it's not supposed to be quite blunt. And the way he does that is when he says you're dyslexic with numbers, he trails off right at the end.
You're
First border or
dyslexic with
theme
numbers.
park?
When he says the words with numbers, it trails off.
You're
First border or
dyslexic with
theme
numbers.
park?
And that's something a lot of people do when they want another person to understand that what they're saying is not meant to be interpreted as like too stern or too blunt. And that's what Brock's doing here. He's almost subconsciously saying, don't take this seriously, it's just a joke.
You're
First border or
dyslexic with
theme
numbers.
park?
It's something that people do all the time. And Steph responds to that also with a joke
I heard you the first time, you dummy.
by saying "you dummy" right at the end of her response. It's a very soft insult, and it makes the first half of her sentence a lot less sharp.
I heard you the first time, you dummy.
Because if she just said "I heard you the first time" in that stern way, it could be interpreted as quite, like she's just taking a shot at Brock. But by saying "you dummy," it softens the blow. So it's interesting to kind of note that Brock and Steph are both very subtly telling each other they're just kidding, even though when you transcribe what they're saying, it could seem like it's quite brutal, but it's not. And obviously, because they're friends, we know that. But if we didn't know that, that's how you can tell. And that's what you kind of pick up on when you start editing this kind of stuff. Also, I don't do this too often, but Steph swore during this.
I heard you the first time.
She said, originally, I fucking heard you the first time. I think I can find it here somewhere.
I'll say to your
What's
face,
worse,
you're
border or
dyslexic with
theme
numbers.
park?
I was right here. I fucking
theme
heard
park.
you the first time.
That's right. So originally she swore. Not only did she swear, but she kind of stumbled before she replied. So in the edit, I removed that part where she kind of flubs her words.
Theme park.
I was right here. I fucking
theme
heard
park.
you the first time, you dummy.
And also, I got rid of the F word, which I really don't do all that often because it came across as quite brutal, again, which wasn't the intent that she was going for, but I completely got rid of it.
I heard you the first time, you dummy.
And
I heard
for me, I can tell that's been edited quite heavily, but hopefully people can't tell that there's actually two separate edits within like the space of 1 second happening here, and I've used a crossfade as well just to kind of hide that fact a little bit. But basically I've just gotten rid of the swear word so that Steph's reply is a lot less mean, so to speak.
I heard you the first time, you dummy.
So that comes across as a bit more playful. Now, if we keep going,
So I want the
Guys,
reaction.
guys.
Well, I just didn't think that it was really like a worthy opinion to react to.
Oh,
that's a funny Brock saying I just wanted the reaction, and then Steph replying with this.
Well, I just didn't think that it was really like a worthy opinion to react to.
It's quite a funny reply. I love it when two people are getting into it, and like, because Brock and Steph can match each other quite well when they kind of go back and forth. So it's quite nice.
oh, guys.
Alright, let's get Steph out of here. Let's pick up a competent fifth.
And then Brock's reply back to Steph also is a joke, which he uses a punchline as well.
Pick up a competent fifth. No, I'm kidding.
And also Brock obviously saying, no, I'm kidding, immediately after will quell any sort of misinterpretation as well. So it's all in good faith. Also, Duncan jumps in and says, oh, well, Jeff's home. Kind of adding on to the joke that we're going to replace Steph. But it gives me an opportunity to come in with another joke. And this is where we move on to the second part of this clip.
And then Jeff's home, so you know.
No,
He's incompetent, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He said competent fifth. I actually flubbed that line, by the way. When I said the word fifth, I said feeth. And I don't know if that comes through or not. I just completely fucked up that word.
No.
He's incompetent, Phil.
Oh.
Phil.
That fifth, not feeth. I almost stumbled on myself here. But anyway, I'm not a huge fan of that joke, even though it's funny.
He's incompetent, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why that's not a good joke is because Jeff isn't in the party chat when we recorded this conversation, so he's not there to defend himself. So if I take a shot at Jeff, it's, a joke at the expense of someone, at the end of the day, isn't that good of a joke, especially if they're not there to bounce the joke off of. Like if Jeff was there and he laughed along, that immediately softens the blow. Or if he was there and replied back to me and one-upped me, like that also adds to the whole conversation. But because he's just not there, I'm just making fun of Jeff for no reason. But the saving grace is that Duncan comes in immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to say that to Jeff?
Duncan comes in immediately and defends Jeff.
You want to say that to Jeff?
You want to say that to Jeff? You want to say that to his face? And thank God Duncan said that, because I was able to take that and turn it back on me in a self-deprecating final punchline.
You want to say that to Jeff?
God, no. He will kick my ass.
Because, you know, Jeff can kick my ass. If you've ever seen a photo of him, he has muscles on muscles, and I look like a human bowling ball with like twigs sticking out. But thank God Duncan chimed in here to defend Jeff, because it allowed me to make fun of myself at the end of the conversation, which takes the spotlight off of Jeff, who's not even here, and puts it back on Snow, so to speak, right?
You want to say that to Jeff?
God, no. He will kick my ass.
And because I'm okay with self-deprecation, it makes for a nice end to this clip. Now, that's where the clip actually finishes, with me laughing. But I originally, just because of how I clipped it on the PlayStation, it had this extra bit
No, he won't.
of Brock coming in, and Brock actually came to my defense and said that, no, Jeff can't kick my ass, implying that it might be more of a fair fight. But because the whole clip just stops there, we don't really know any more of the conversation. So from a video standpoint, it doesn't really make too much sense to keep that there, because
No, he won't.
Brock saying that now opens the conversation up further, but we don't have any more footage. So for humour, it's funnier if we just cut that and then just leave the final punchline being at Snow's expense.
God, no. He will kick my ass.
And also that way it makes Jeff look good as well. Again, because he's not there to defend himself, by me putting him over, by me saying, oh yeah, Jeff can beat me, it allows him to recover some of his own reputation without him even being there. So yeah, that's how I interpret humor in the moment. But yeah, that's also how I edit. So I don't do it too often. I get rid of swear words to express the intent of Steph's reply to Brock, and I cut, like, there's how many cut? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, there's 8 separate audio clips in here now, because I've cut it 7 times to get rid of some of the dead air.
Numbers. There's no way.
Like, there's nothing happening here. But
You hear
Don't
that,
you
Steph?
see
It's your
the
fault.
Trying to talk.
and so yeah, and it just helps with the flow of the video. And also throughout all of this, I'm subtitling every single word here.
Well, you didn't say anything, so I want the...
Okay, let me just show you real quick how long it takes me to subtitle. Brock said, well, you didn't say anything. So I copy and paste the last words that were spoken.
Well, you didn't say anything, so...
So if I just type in the words, well, you didn't say anything, this is the problem I come up with. It's way too long and it just cuts off on the screen, right? So firstly, I have to... You didn't say anything. I have to do that, but the word's still cut off, so I have to, like, measure it up, so now it looks like that, which is a bit better.
Well, you didn't say anything, so...
But then I also have to, from a pacing point of view, do I want there to be 2 lines of dialogue? Because, oh yeah, maybe, because there's 2 lines of dialogue here.
Heard you the first time, dummy.
Well, you didn't say anything, so...
Okay, that actually works. But sometimes if I wanted 1 line of dialogue, then I'd have to split up this tag in 2, and then rewrite it and do all this bunch of stuff. And then I also have to change the color here to red, because Brock's color is red and Steph's is yellow. So yeah, that's kind of how I edit. If hopefully this rambling at midnight on a work night, I gotta get up soon, I gotta wake up in 7 hours. Hopefully this rambling was of interest. It's a little bit of a lesson in psychology and understanding how people want to come across with their thoughts, and trying to edit around that so that I'm adding to their intentions and not trying to, you know, my friends trust me to edit them to make them look good in a video, and to showcase the funny parts and get rid of all the boring stuff. So yeah, I just thought I'd share it, and hopefully a couple of you found this interesting. Alright, thanks for watching. The montage will be out soon-ish or something. I don't know, maybe it will never be out, who knows. Okay, bye.